You are listening to Single Smart Female, Romantic Fairy Godmama Edition.
This episode was brought to you by the Secret Society of Adored Women.
Have you been tirelessly going on craptastic dates, having craptastic results with men, even spending a craptastic amount of time weeding through meh guys and fretting over the one who won't call you back or commit?
Join us for our Hush Hush group of like-minded, successful, badass single women from around the world, turning the dating scene on its head and creating scandalously magical romantic experiences that you will cherish forevermore.
But beware, your love life and life will never be the same again.
Meet us over at thesecretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com. Howdy, Jen.
Hi, Jen. You know, I had this song just pop into my head a minute ago.
What was that?
Jenny, Jenny, who can I turn to? That's our song.
8675309.
Oh, shoot. You want to talk to me about a topic today?
Yes.
Me too. Me too. Let me get my information. This topic is really good because this is a list of signs that he is not good for your mantourage.
Okay, so signs a man is not good for your mantourage. Number one, he writes your number on
A
bathroom
wall.
Number one sign, he's not good for you.
What if he carves your name in a tree with a heart and his name in a plus? Equals love.
How many dates have you been on?
3. Scary?
I don't know. That it depends on the context. So, let's move into the first, and then maybe we'll round back to that one.
Derailment. That's my greatest skill with you, derailment. So let's get back on the tracks.
What's actually number one?
The true number one is if he doesn't like the phrase, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, he's not going to like it per se, but if he
doesn't honor it.
Yeah, if he all of a sudden makes it even worse for you or blames it on you.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to like someone saying I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. You're not going to be like, all right, awesome.
Yeah, but it's a good kind of trigger phrase for a guy because they really want you to be, good guys really want you to be comfortable. So using that phrase and not overusing it, it's something, if you're dropping it every 2 seconds, it's going to desensitize it. Right. But it's a really good gauge of how invested he is in getting to know you and really knowing you and who you are and what you like and, and making things special for your experience as well instead of just his.
Right. Number 2. It's probably obvious, but mention it anyway. If he is in a relationship with someone else, which...
You would think that that's obvious, but it's not always obvious.
And
that also includes if he's going through the process of a divorce.
Or is, separated.
Or is living with his ex.
Ooh,
that's another type of relationship. Or if he is separated.
Right.
I wouldn't include him in your mantourage. And we've gone through this in other episodes. It's just a really not fun place to be. And it works out badly a high percentage of the time.
Yeah. I want to just share a story that I shared so very, very, very long ago. Gosh, maybe 50 episodes ago, let's just say. I can't even remember what name I gave him in my mantourage. But anyway, I revealed that I had dated someone that he was separated. He was a friend of mine. And then he was separated, but he was still living with his ex-wife. But they had filed legal separation. And I remember that he had to get some counseling or legal counsel on an issue that he was having completely unrelated to divorce or anything. And I recommended the attorney he go to. And the attorney said, how were you served the papers that you received? He was relaying this conversation to me. He said, my wife signed for him. And I wanted to throw up. And I couldn't hear another word he said after that. And I said, I can't do this. No way. That's disgusting. It felt so gross that attorney that I know thinks that I'm a cheater person. Oh, no way.
Yeah. So here's the bottom line on that. You as an adored woman deserve to be with men who are free and clear. And we're going to leave it at that at this point. So honor that about yourself. Don't try to fit him into something just because you're afraid you're never going to find the love that you really want. There are tons of men out there that are free and clear to date you and to date you on your terms.
Absolutely.
What's number 3?
If he is overly jealous.
Yes. And This is, something that a lot of women misinterpret. I'm not going to talk too much to this today, but a lot of women misinterpret jealousy as caring and as love. And starting off a relationship from a place of jealousy is one of the worst places that you can, we're going to have a little jealousy here and there, but he doesn't love you more because he's more jealous. I want to make that very, very clear.
Yep.
Next.
If he says he can't date you unless you're exclusive.
That's another part of that jealousy piece. This happens pretty soon, and it's definitely a red flag, and this isn't a guidance. And just so for him, say, okay, well, it was great getting to know you. Thank you for the opportunity, and best of luck to you.
Right. If he is a mooch.
Oh, okay.
Moochy mooch.
So my ex-husband was a mooch. And now this isn't a man who is actively working towards. A mooch is something different than a man who is actively pursuing a career. And I'm not talking about the guy. I hear lots of women, especially successful, ambitious women, they end up supporting some guys who talks a lot about doing different things, but it sounds very ambitious, but isn't really acting on anything. But if I'm not talking about the man that is active, he's pursuing his medical degree. He's actively in the process of doing it. I am talking about men who are very willing to let you pay for everything, but I kind of go from job to job, or they're always complaining about their very low paying job and they're not really doing anything about it. Ladies, it's really important we start stepping away from these men, because we are perpetuating their ability to do this by supporting them. And we're trying to call it love, and we end up feeling depleted and absolutely exhausted. Yes, it's gross. It's gross. It will never leave you feeling like an adored woman. It's definitely okay. There are going to be men that you include in your Mantourage that maybe don't make quite as much as you, but you have to gauge whether or not they're willing to provide for themselves at bare minimum. I don't want you paying for all the dates. It's not a dynamic that really truly works in the long run for most women. I can't speak to all women, but I have a lot of women who've been in that position of always being the provider. And I'm not talking about a special arrangement like once you're married, if you want to continue your career and he's really good with staying home with the kids, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the dating phase where you're having to make everything happen. That's an exhausting romantic place to be. Next. Is that it? Are we done?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. There you have it.
Take care in a loving way. We're not trying to say goodbye. We'll just see you next time.
Oh, actually, we'll talk to you in the final thought. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
The good news is that there are a plethora of great men for you to include in your Mantourage. So there is no need for you to include the previously mentioned dudes.
Thank you, lover girl, for joining us on this romantic fairy godmama edition of Single Smart Female. Don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, as well as visit us at singlesmartfemale.com.
We'll talk to you next time.
And here's to you having everything you want in life and love. This episode was brought to you by the Secret Society of Adored Women.
Have you been tirelessly going on crap-tastic dates, having crap-tastic results with men, even spending a crap-tastic amount of time weeding through meh guys and fretting over the one who won't call you back or commit?
Join us for our Hush Hush group of like-minded, successful, badass single women from around the world, turning the dating scene on its head and creating scandalously magical romantic experiences that you will cherish forevermore.
But beware, your love life and life will never be the same again.
Meet us over at thesecretsocietyofAdoredWomen.com.